Hello guys and gals and welcome! So today I'm on YouTube and I'm going to do a little bit of theory crafting today. I think it's kind of fun to do theory crafting. I've always liked it, and in particular this episode we're going to be exploring a couple different theory crafts. It's not going to be just one particular theory craft. We're going to be just trying to figure out a couple, and I'm actually pretty excited about the theory crafting, just simply because there's so many interesting ideas that I've got floating around in my head. And let's see here. Just trying to make sure I got my YouTube chat up there before I get started. Bink, bink. There we go. I think that's correct. All right. Let's make sure good old bot is working. And we will continue from here. My bot is so slow. It's not the bot either, it's YouTube. YouTube chat is just really slow for some reason. I don't know why. Speaking of I don't know why, I've almost got 4,000 subscribers already. Frickin' ridiculous. What's up, Cthay? How's it going, man? How goes it, sir? So, with theory crafting, you generally want to build your characters offline. And there's a specific reason why you need to build your characters offline. Because, well, how else are you going to give them all the fat loots so you can test out to see if they're any good? So, unfortunately, I do not have a program that actually works with Diablo 2 Resurrected at this particular point in time. But I do still have a program that works with Diablo 2 Resurrected. Or, sorry, Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. And Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction is old. Yes, it's old, and I know you guys probably never expected to see it again. But we're going to have to bring it up for just a little while because, well, we do. We do. So let's see here. Oh, this is going to be loud. You guys watch. This is going to be so loud. I have a question. So I've collected a butt ton of Ort and lower level runes that my bank tab is full of. Should I sell them or do I need to keep those lower level runes? I mean, there are a lot of lower level rune words that are worth using. A lot of those low level runes actually are used in rune words that are higher level rune words. You could also start transmuting them. So if you take 3 of them and you put them in the cube, you can start transmuting them up a little bit. That's usually what I do, is when my stash tab starts to fill up with too many of a particular type of rune, I'll start to transmute them down a little bit. What I consider too much is like 10. Once I have about 10, I start transmuting them down. You could also theoretically mule them to another character. So if you want to just take a little bit of time and off-mule them to some other like lower level characters, that would work too. It's a thing. Alright, so now that we have our character, I went ahead and created her in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. So what we're going to do next is we are going to load up Hero Editor. I don't know if you guys and gals have ever seen Hero Editor. I thought that you all might get a kick out of following me through a journey of how do I put it? Of theory crafting. So basically, what we're doing in a nutshell is we are going to create a character specifically for the purpose of testing. And here we go. I got Hero Editor up. I want to bring Hero Editor up on the screen so you can see it. Hopefully. Alright, so this is Hero Editor, and what we're going to do with Hero Editor is we are going to open our save file, and it gives us lots of error messages. It loves to give us error messages. And so we find the original save file that we just created. I named her Procazon, because she's going to be a very interesting character. We want her to be level 99, just so that we don't have any trouble putting on equipment, so we're going to give her level 99. We also want her to have no problems with health or mana during this test, because we're not trying to test whether she can survive. That's something we can determine later. We're trying to test whether she's actually going to be even worth building in the first place. And if we decide that she's worth building, we may eventually go build her. But this is the test of this build. So we're going to give her a decent amount of strength. So I want her to have at least 200 strength, 200 dex. We're going to give her a decent amount of vitality as well. We're just going to say 300 vite. And for the purposes of testing, I usually like to give them a decent amount of mana, just simply so that I don't run out of mana all the time while I'm testing them. And we're going to give her 2,000 health, just because. We're also going to give her max gold so she can purchase arrows, and we're going to make her hell difficulty, because what's the point of testing a character if you can't test them in hell? So we're going to save those changes real quick. We're also going to give her all the waypoints. So we want to make sure that she has the waypoints. And we're going to give her enough skills so that she can test out what she needs. So so a character at level 99 would have, I think it's 100, it's 99 plus 4, 4, and 4, which is, I think it's like 115. Let's just say 115. So 115 skill points ready to go. And we're going to have her completed all her quests. So we're going to do all modes, long finished, batch, save. All right, so that's she is now in hell difficulty. She's now completed all quests, and she has the skill points left over that she can use. She's we're going to give her some stamina here too. I always forget to do that. And that's pretty much it. So she's set up for what we need her to be set up for, but we need to give her some equipment to actually make this build work. So, first things first is she needs a weapon. I've been thinking of 2 different weapons for this build, and I have a pack full of these weapons so that I can use them for testing. The first weapon that I'm pretty sure would be good for this character is a bow known as Ice. Ice is a very interesting bow, and I'm not 100% sure whether I want to do it in a Grand Matron bow or a Hydra bow. I feel like Grand Matron bow would, well, yeah, probably work better. So we'll do a Grand Matron bow, Ice. What's up, Kyle? And she's going to have a Delirium helmet, because this is how this build is going to work. It's going to be a very, very odd build. I don't actually have a Delirium helmet on file, but I do have one in my other offline section, so that should be fine. So we'll skip that for the second. For the armor, she's actually going to be using a dragon armor. And if I can find her the dragon armor. Of course, I don't have one just laying around. That's okay. If we don't have one laying around, then what we're going to do is we're going to look up the rune word, how many sockets it is. So the dragon rune word is 3 sockets. So we need a 3-socket body piece to give her. So we're going to go ahead and give her Enigma, just so that we can remove the runes from it, and that way we can rip the runes out of the armor. And what she needs is a hell rune. So we're going to slap a hell rune in there for her. And to make the armor, to make the dragon armor, she's going to need the runes. So she's also going to need a Sir, a Low, and a Soul. So Sir, Low, and Soul. All right, and she's also going to need a Herodric Cube, otherwise she's not going to be able to remove the runes. So let's give her a Herodric Cube. Bam. All right, so we've got quite a few items in there. And you don't necessarily try to build it as close to possible, Tetrahedracon. What you do is you get a rough idea of how the build might work, and then you maybe even make it better. You know, it's kind of like just a test. You're trying to see if it's possible. Is it possible? You get an idea of whether it's possible or not, and then you kind of work it from there. All right. So the next item we're going to give her is some Hellmouth gauntlets. You guys are going to laugh at these gauntlets, but it's part of the build. She is going to be what's called a Procazon. So her entire job in life is going to be to proc effects. I've envisioned this character, and I have absolutely no clue if it is going to be any good whatsoever, but we're going to try it anyway. And there we go, Hellmouth gauntlets. She's also going to be using a proc ring. So the Carrion Wind ring is actually a very good procking ring. And we're also going to be using the Wisp Protector for other procs. So we're going to have tons and tons of procs here, and they're going to be coming from various effects. So Carrion Wind is going to be our twisters. We are going to be using the Wisp Protector for the Chain Lightning proc. And I still need to give her the Delirium, which is over here. I don't necessarily have a good procking belt for her. I did a lot of research into this, and I could not find a single belt that was worth using that had proc effects on it. And I ended up settling on just a Razor Tail, because Razor Tail has the extra pierce effect, which will actually help the proc effects, because more times piercing will equal more proc effects. I don't know necessarily if it's going to work out the way I want, but we'll see. Oh yeah, she's going to be quite the light show, Twin-tailed Comet. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of fireworks. All right, so boots. She's going to need some nice boots. I could not also find any boots that had very decent effects on them, so I think what I'm going to do for the boots is we're going to be using Gore Riders. And I'm gonna grab Gore Riders upped. And she can use the upped Gore Riders. In fact, those require 208 strength. So let's give her a tiny bit more strength. Just give her 210. That'll be enough. I was thinking about T-Gods, but T-Gods doesn't have a on-striking effect. There's a lot of items in the game that have like on-striking or on-death or on-wind-struck, things like that. But this has to specifically be on-striking. And that was part of the issue. So she's also going to be given a Hellfire Torch, because without a Hellfire Torch, she's also not getting that proc. So we want the Hellfire proc as well. That is just one more proc out of a million procs. So we've got miscellaneous charms. What's up? Look at everybody showing up. What's up, Ravenheart? Ravenheart's one of my longtime viewers. She's been here. He's been here for forever. Alright, so let's go ahead and give him an Annihilus. Why not? And I gotta have a freaking Hellfire Torch around here somewhere. Actually, he wouldn't have a Hellfire Torch, would he? This is an offline set, and it just occurred to me that because this is an offline set, I don't think Hellfire Torches ever existed in the original game for them to pull the files from. So, huh. Interesting indeed. Trying to think how I could get a Hellfire Torch. I don't even know if I can get a Hellfire Torch. Huh. I would have to actually go get one, I suppose. Since I don't actually have them in the game, and since they're not actually obtainable. Let me try this one thing. Oh, never mind. There's torches. There we go. Nice little Amazon torch with 20/20 all res. Of course, 20 stats, 20 resistances. Perfect. Completely perfect, of course. Never mind. I found it. It just wasn't where I thought it was supposed to be. It was in a very odd space. It was in the class items. So the class items for each individual class had the torches kind of like separated out. Took me a minute to find them. Alright, so amulet. Still needs an amulet. Oh. Let's go ahead and give her a High Lords. I think High Lords will work well on this particular character. She needs the attack speed. She needs the deadly strike. I think all of it will work to her advantage. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a High Lords amulet. And that's really it. I mean, I guess one thing I could do for her is give her elemental damage charms. It would probably help out her damage. So let's go to charms and let's see what they've got for small chammies. We've got cold, fire, and lightning. So let's give one cold, one fire, one lightning. And let's copy these. And save. Alright, so I think she's good to go. So we're going to head and close this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open... I'm going to take this file, basically, and I'm going to transfer it to Diablo 2 Resurrected. And when I transfer it over to Diablo 2 Resurrected, Diablo 2 Resurrected will import the file as if it's a legitimate file, and then it will convert it into essentially a legitimate game file, and then I can use that to test out the character. So copy and paste. All right, and I have to restart Diablo 2 Resurrected to get this to work. Hey, what's up, beautiful lady? I think I kept my cord. I don't know. Oh yeah, I did put a cord over there. Thank you. All right, and there she is, our little Procazon. Hell difficulty, please. All right, so we have our little Procazon, and I forgot to give her a Mercenary, but I suppose we can always go hire one. And I want to outfit the Mercenary with some halfway decent equipment. Specifically, I wanted to give the Mercenary Infinity, which we have right here. And I wanted to give the Mercenary a Fortitude, which we also have right here. So we have pretty much everything we need. Let's go ahead and grab the... Where is the Delirium? It's on one of the characters. I can't remember which one. Let's go grab her a Mercenary real quick. What's up, Tom Shepard? Freaking Stargate Atlantis. There was a Wraith, and the Wraith always said Shepard's name like that. He was like Shepard. Let me tell you a thing or two, Shepard. Well, I do appreciate the nice comments. That's very nice. I looks it. All right, him. Yes, he's the one that's got the helmet. What is the ball of floof doing? I don't know. I have to ask my official Chinchilla bringerator. My official Chinchilla bringerator. Hey, Woogie! Can you bring me a Chinchilla? She said yes. I'm gonna steal some of these chammies, just in case I needed them. All right. We also need to put the. He needs a helmet. It doesn't have to be a good helmet. He just needs a helmet. What do I got? I got a lore. Oh, I got a Tal Rasha's Haraja crest. That'll work. I'll give that to the Merc so the Merc can stay alive. His is sleeps in. Oh, sorry, Chinchilla's sleeping. Okay, so we have Holy Freeze, so we don't need Holy Freeze. So I'm thinking a Might Merc will probably work out nicely here. So I'm going to grab myself a Might Merc. Let's go over to Act 2. See if we can get Emilio. Let me see this. Let me see this Reptar. My girlfriend ordered a Nickelodeon box, and it's got a Reptar spoon and bowl set over here. I halfway considered like including my Merc in the procs, but I was also thinking my procs are so much elemental damage that Infinity would probably be what's needed to really make my procs worthwhile. Oh, you got Heifer? Trick-or-treat Heifer. Hey. She said, "Give my stuff. Don't be taking my stuff." All right, let's go get this Merc before I forget. Hiya. All right, Might Merc. Who we got? There's no Emilio. Oh, there's Emilio, but he's a Thorns Merc. That's not what I want. Okay, I guess we're going with Ilzan. What's up, Ilzan? Alright, Ilzan's got my might. That's what I need. Let's grab some arrows. Grab another set of arrows, just in case. Let's go ahead and rip out this Enigma. I know you guys are going to cringe at this. I'm gonna rip this Enigma to shreds. Close your eyes if you are sensitive to such things. Close your eyes if you are sensitive. Oof. Oh, look at that Enigma. And are you afraid of the dark shirt? Does it glow in the dark? Sir Low Soul. There we go. Now we've got our dragon. So now we are running two auras at the same time. We are running the Holy Fire aura. We are also running the Holy Freeze aura from the ice, and we're getting the proc effects. That's the reason why I got this armor. So the dragon has the Venom when struck, and the 12% chance to cast level 15 Hydra. So we're going to get Hydras from dragon. We're going to get Frost Novas from the ice bow. We're going to be getting the Firestorm and the Meteor from the Hellmouth Gauntlets. We're going to be getting the Twister from the Carrion Wind. We're going to be getting the Lightning, 10% Lightning from the Wisp Protector. We'll also be getting the Firestorm from the Hellfire Torch. So we're going to be procking a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And then we also have Delirium, which is going to be 6% chance to, 11% chance to cast level 18 Confuse on striking. So we have a whole lot of proc effects going on here, and that's basically the goal here. And let me go ahead and suck in some of these charms. We've got our Merc not fully outfitted. Okay, hold on. Let's get him outfitted real quick. Let's give him the Talrash's Heroic Crest. We're going to give him the Infinity. And we're also going to give him the Fortitude. So he's rocking some pretty awesome equipment at this point. And now we have to work out our skills. So we've got our equipment on, but now we need some skills. So the skill that procs the most is basically Strafe. Strafe procs every single attack, and you can attack 10 times within one Strafe, which is a possibility of 10 chances for a proc. And then, of course, you could Pierce. So every one of your 10 attacks can Pierce, which can then also proc again. Each 10 attacks can Pierce for a total of 4 times each, which is essentially 40 chances at procs. And those 40 chances at procs it's going to be a lot, and I'm going to be spamming them really, really hard and really, really fast. So let's go ahead and grab our Strafe, and we're also going to grab Pierce. We need at least 66% Pierce, so we are going to be running down here for 66% Pierce, and we have actually gone too far. Dang, Boo Nicholas, $30. Holy bejesus. Dang, man. That's a lot. I really appreciate it, dude. Seriously. So we got our Pierce up to where we needed. Actually put a little bit too many points into it, but that's fine. As long as we've got 100% Pierce, that's what we're looking for. We also want a pretty decent amount of points into Critical Strike. In fact, I want that as high as I can get it. And I would also like Maximum Penetrate, specifically because I want to make sure that my hits are landing. The more my hits are landing, the better it's going to be. All right, so we're going to use Strafe as our main attack. That's going to be our main attack. And it doesn't matter, man. I see a donation. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to pay attention to how much money it is. So we also need a secondary attack. So what are we going to do for our secondary attack? I'm thinking multi-shot. Let's do multi-shot for our second attack. So I'm not going to go... Or should I go for a Valkyrie? I don't necessarily need multi-shot. We could go for a Valkyrie instead. Let's do the Valkyrie. That sounds like fun. And let's beef the Valkyrie out. Let's give her level max level, right? And then we will also grab with our remaining 16 points. What are we going to grab with our remaining 16 points? Multi-shot, perhaps? Let's grab multi-shot. So our remaining 16 points are going to be multi-shot. Alright, so let's take it easy. Let's go do a cow level first before we do anything else. And we'll have some fun. Do you recommend getting a few characters to 75 or getting 1 to 99 in gear again? I would recommend getting 1 to level 93. Level 99 is very difficult, and a lot of people severely underestimate what it takes to get to level 99, and you really need to get your first character to level 99 and then come back and we'll talk about it. And you can be like, man, that took me a hell of a lot more than I ever thought it was going to, and I'll be like, yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Level 99 is a whole thing. Get the level 93 is doable. Get to level 93, and then maybe start on some other characters. If you really want to try and get to level 99, by all means go do it. But do believe that level 99 is difficult, okay? Well, I've already seen some hydras, and I already saw a hellfire. Jabazons. I have a Jabazon right now that I'm working on, Avenger, and she's actually doing pretty well. I wouldn't say that she's like epically, ridiculously awesome or anything, but she's definitely doing well. Dude, that is beautiful. I don't even care if it's viable. That is so pretty. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Let's go get some potions real quick. I forgot to grab potions. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We're gonna go get the leg, and I'm gonna go to cows. Just give me just a minute, and then I get the potions. I'm guessing I'm gonna mana potions. I didn't give myself any life or mana steal, which, you know, might have been a good idea. Alright, let's find Mr. Rockanishu and go steal his leg. Don't call her the Lagazon. She's the Procazon. Pew. 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 This is beautiful. This is working well better. Much mo better. Much mo better than I thought it would. Much mo better. Granted, we're still in Stony Field, so let's see how it works in the cow level, shall we? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let me get my my Valkyrie out. Freaking unique Gladius dropped on the ground. Got a what's that? Bloodletter Gladius? Think somebody's full juvies though.
I can't carry.
What's up, Stove Kaz? You wait till you see my next Theorycraft build. Me and Jack have been talking about it on stream, so those of you who have been watching me, you already have a leg up and you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't know, I'm going to let it be a surprise. Yes, I would definitely appreciate some likes. The likes actually really do help, believe it or not. My inner raccoon always shows. I can't even see the effects. It's just massive amounts of effects. There's just, oh my god, there's so many hydras. I didn't even think you could have that many hydras up at the same time. Are you kidding me? I honestly didn't even think you could have that many hydras up at one time. I thought there was a hard cap limit on like the number of hydras possible at any given moment. Yeah, have fun with those hydras. Oh, you're immune to fire. Oh, okay. That's okay, I got plenty of other procking effects besides hydras. Don't you worry about it. I got you covered. I don't have a scroll of town portal. Hey, did somebody have a scroll of town portal around here? Anybody? Anybody? Deckard Cain, perhaps? There is a bow that auto-revives skeletons. I know which one you're talking about. That would be the Faith Bow. What's up, Griswold? Let's see how you like 18,000 hydras coming up your butthole. He didn't like it very much, I noticed. There was definitely a lack of interest in that. The Fire Nation attacks. I can't wait to see it in cows. It's going to be ridiculous in cows. I just know it. With all the bodies, with all the number of times that my attack can pierce, you know how a Javazon is okay versus normal targets, but when she gets into the cow level and she hits, you know, one javelin pierces through like 30 cows, like there's just this amazing ridiculousness that goes on. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to see literally like 30 or 40 procs all at once, and the cows are just going to fall straight to the ground. You know what? After we do cows, we'll take it into Chaos Sanctuary, and we'll try it out and see how it runs. So, so let's put that. Oh yeah, we need an actual Tome of Town Portal. I might as well get myself one too. It's got to be a full Tome of Town Portal now. I can't just get empty Tome of Town Portals. Put a full one in there. Let's get some of these juvies on the bar too. Couple of these juvies just in case we get into trouble in there in the cow realm. In the realm of the cows. Alright, cows, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, this is so fun. This is just, it's fun. It's so fun! Look at all the hydras in the fire everywhere! There's so much fire! There is so much fire! Burn! Burn! It's a joke, Omega. It's a joke. It's a since the beginning of time, people have said that you have to make your Cal Portal with the full tome and a socketed leg to get the optimal magic find. It's not a real thing. Well, I can honestly say that it was very pretty killing these cows. It was very pretty indeed. The ultimate frame rate destroyer. Yes. Ah, shall murder all the frames of all those who hold dear. I wonder what this looks like in Classic. Oh, God. No, 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 no. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on, moo moo cows. Burn, baby, burn. Gotta burn the brother down. Hey. Oh, you're immune to physical. Too bad. I got 1,000 procs. Have some hydras. Have some frost novas. Let's get a big group together. Hold on. Let's get a real biggie jiggy together. Come on. It's not a, that's a, oh, there's some champions in there. Hold on. Okay, I'm liking it. I am liking it. We need more cows though. We need a big mega pack of cows. Let me find the biggest mega pack that I can put together here. Let's really work it together. Let's get the Cow King in here. Come on, cows. I want the whole group of cows. Let's go. Every cow you got. You know what? Let's amp this up a little bit, shall we? Let's throw it on to players 8 too. Alright, players 8. Oh, hello, Herlin. Greetings from Virginia. That's where I live. We don't say that we're from the United States. We just say the state. We're like, you should, like, oh, where are you from? Oh, Michigan. You know. cold. It's very frosty. It's a frosty area. Let's go. Come on. Come on. No, 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 no. It's not doing bad in Player's 8. Alright, so for those of you who are just joining, I'll go over this. You know, I don't necessarily need to go over this for you guys who've already been here since the beginning. But let me just do a quick overview of what's going on. So, I have... I'm using Strafe, which is one of the abilities that procs on every single attack of the ability. So Strafe attacks 10 times very, very quickly, but it has a reduction in damage of basically 75% of your weapon damage. So I'm only doing 1/4 of the amount of damage that I would be doing if I was using a regular skill. I'm using quite a few items that have the chance to proc effects on them. So, for instance, I have a Wisp Protector, which has a 10% chance to cast level 16 Lightning. I am using a Carrion Wind, which has a 10% chance to cast, or sorry, 8% chance to cast level 13 Twister on striking. What's up, Tigerously? I have a 2% chance to cast level 4 Meteor on striking, and a 4% chance to cast level 12 Firestorm on striking, because I know you would do it if I was on Twitch. Your hydrate, Tigerously. On my armor, I have a level 18 Venom when struck, which is going to give me a little bit of poison damage. And then I have the 12% chance to cast level 15 Hydra on striking. I also have the 11% chance to cast level 18 Confuse on striking. And then I also have the 25% chance to cast level 22 Frost Nova on striking, as well as the Holy Freeze damage, which is adding to my my damage. And then I also have the Holy Fire damage, which is adding to my damage. So, like, just proc effects out the wing. I also have a Hellfire Torch for the 25% chance to cast level 10 Firestorm on striking. So we're looking at massive, massive, massive amounts of just sheer proc ability on the character. And then on my Mercenary, I'm using an Infinity to enhance all those proc effects. So all of those proc effects, essentially, except for Twister, are elemental. So I want the Conviction to help out with that. And of course, he's also using a Fortitude to help keep himself alive. Oh lord, the frames are chunking now. Alright, so cows are easy. Alright, and as fun as it is to kill cows, which it is very fun to kill cows, cows are easy. Alright, so let's go somewhere where we've got more difficult monsters. Monsters with more immunities. You know, monsters who might not necessarily be so easy to kill. Let's do Chaos Sanctuary. Chaos Sanctuary seems like a good choice. There's a lot of different monsters here, all with different immunities, varying levels of defense. And keep in mind that we are still on /players 8, so we are on the hardest difficulty setting, basically, of the game, because we really want to put this build through its paces to see if it can actually pull off, you know, the game, if it's actually viable in any way, shape, or form. So, so let's just go ahead and see if we can clear this. Where's the beef? But it's roasted on the ground. So I'm noticing that multi-shot isn't really working that great for procking effects. I don't know why, but it's not procking effects like Strafe does. So I'm not seeing a huge number of procs. Strafe is procking way more, basically, is what I'm saying. It definitely is working, but it's not working as well. And a Strafe, I think, is actually doing more damage, too, just from the sheer number of hits. Because both Holy Freeze and Holy Fire are applying elemental damage, and I think that's also calculating in. What's up, Donkey? Players X. Oh yeah. If you want to change the number of players in a offline single-player game, you can type in /players X, basically the number of players, and it'll change the number of players. So some of these guys are a little bit more difficult to kill, I notice. But this is players 8, and we're still grinding through it, so I'm not upset about that. I think it would help if they were closer together, because our damage does seem to be sort of revolving around AoE effects, like the lightning goes through the targets, the little twisters are going through the targets. The fire, of course, is on the ground, so the fire can't really reach everywhere. And it only goes toward those specific targets. So we need to bunch our targets up, basically, is what I'm noticing. If they were bunched up a little bit better, I think we would have less issues. Like, for instance, if I stand in front of this group right here and make my arrows go through the entire pack, I think we'll see a much higher increased, like, just focusing of all the proc effects. God, it's just constant fire over there, isn't it? And look at all the hydras. This guy, though, he's demon, stone skin, extra strong, or enchanted, immune to physical, and immune to poison. So he's immune to, like, literally, like, 3 or 4 elements. Let me grab my backup arrows. He's pretty strong, this pulse eye. I'm trying to see if there's anything really I could do to hurt him other than just shoot him. Yes, it does. It says it in chat. It literally says players set to 8. It only works offline, though. So you're not going to be able to use that online with other players. It's only offline single player. In online, the way that you get that setting is you play with other people. The only reason they added it to offline was so that you could essentially simulate, I guess, playing with other people. These maw fiends have a lot of HP, I'm noticing. I feel like my Merc is doing most of the work on these maw fiends. I don't. I need to go around. What's up, buddies? Correct, Twin-tailed comet, correct. Players 8 is a little more difficult in Chaos. I was definitely doing just fine in Cows, and I'm not like having a super difficult time. God, that's a lot of hydras. I'm not having a super difficult time with this, but it is a little bit more of a slugfest than I had anticipated. Look at all those freaking hydras. I mean, I get it. The hydras aren't even doing that much damage. Like, I understand. They're not. But there's so many. Like, they've got to be cumulatively doing a massive amount of damage if each individual hydra is attacking, like, what, like 3 or 4 firebolts per second? There's just so much going on. There's so much going on. There is just so much on the screen. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I can see that the you can't even see everything. Like the hydras are getting like covered up by the firestorms. There's meteors coming down. Like you can't even see the meteors because the meteors are covered up by everything else. Let me in the door. All right, let me in the door. All the frost novas that are going off, you can see them like just like it's like pew, 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 pew. Lower resist on me. Take some hydras. Just the massive amount of just pure spam. I feel like if I played this in a public game with real people, they would literally lose their mind and start yelling at me about lagging up their system, and they would probably start crashing. What's up, old man stalker? It sounds like they did a bunch of Hail Hydra. They did a bunch of interesting things with the rate limiting system. They fixed it, basically, from what I could tell. They went through the process of basically saying, hey, we know that the rate limit system was pretty garbage before, and it was, you know, causing a lot of headaches. And it seemed like basically what they said is they dialed it back when the game is not like heavily bogged down. They also basically said that it would no longer cause you to be rate limited when you were accidentally joining like a full game where you type in the name wrong and stuff like that, which it never should have done in the first place. I guess it was just an emergency measure. I don't know. Dude, if I put this in a PvP match, they'd probably die of laughter. It'd be like, why are there so many hydras? I mean, I'd probably win the PvP matches just because I'd make their games crash. They'd be like, you win, you made our game crash. That's it. Trang's Helm is not really like super sought after Healthy Fiesta. I mean, it is needed to complete the set. But I think in general, the rarest piece is probably by far the belt. I think the belt is the rarest piece. The other thing about the helmet, it doesn't really have anything good on it. So unless you're using it with the set, most people don't tend to want it. No, not yet, Old Man Stalker. I haven't logged on. This is the first time I've been on all day, and I decided I wanted to do a Theory Craft video. So it's a bit slow on Players 8. Let's change this back to Players 1 because I feel like in Players 8 you should have other players with you. So let's go back to Players 1. Let's see how it does in Players 1 versus Players 8 because we've got an idea of what it does in Players 8. It's doable, it works, but it's not fast. This is a Procazon, Old Man Stalker. Have you ever heard of such a thing? It is, it's my idea. I always wanted to make one of these. And basically what it is I put on essentially every item that procs an effect that you could possibly put on. And I've got Frost Novas going off, I've got Hydras going off, I've got firestorms going off. I've got lightning going off. I've got meteors going off. I've got pretty much everything that you could imagine, like all the proc opportunities that I could possibly get. I even got a confused proc, so I have that like stacked in there, and I'm also running some gore riders specifically for the open wounds, the deadly strike, and the crushing blow. So I've got both of those things running. I mean, I'm massively spamming out attacks, so I figured why not? Why frickin' not? What's up, buddies? I would imagine so, Healthy Fiesta. It would also apply to your entire army. Oh yeah, Twisters too from Carrion Wind. There was only 2 items that I couldn't find anything with proc effects on them. Number 1 was the amulet. I couldn't find any amulets with any proc effects on them. And number 2 was the boots. I couldn't find any boots with any good proc effects on them. It is Old Man Stalker. However, I'm firing 10 arrows basically per attack. And those 10 arrows per attack are literally just absolutely spamming the crushing blow. So it actually still works. But those are on when you are struck. So I wasn't building on struck items. I was only building on striking. So there's a difference. So I'm not in there getting hit. Now, it's interesting that you should bring up an on struck item because I actually had a plan for an on struck build. So there's another plan that I have, and this plan revolves around building a melee character who gets in there and who's in there fighting, and the purpose of this guy is to literally have every on-struck effect as well as on-striking. So he would probably crash the game. I'm gonna be honest, he would probably crash the game. What's up, Diablo? Look at all them X's. Oh lord, he killed my merc. Impressive, Diablo. I don't know how you did that. I feel like that was how the hell did you kill my merc, sir? Alright, here we go. Let's switch to guided arrow. Bink, 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 bink. The drop rate changes every odd number, Donkey. So it changes every 1, 3, 5, and 7. So it changes one last time at 7 players. For the amp damage, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Atmoscara, but I was like, do I really need the amp damage, though? Because I'm going mainly for Elemental. And I was like, maybe the +1 and the 20%. Because I was thinking the 20% increased attack speed would help me attack faster, which would help me get off more procs. That was my thinking on that. And I don't know if maybe that's the truth or not, but I don't know. I could have gone with Atmoscara for some of that. What's on Trang's belt? I've been a while since I've seen Trang's belt. It has a proc effect on it? Trangle's Girth. does not have a proc effect. Get my strafe back up here. Come here, buddies. What do you think of this? Man, that's without infinity. That's without infinity. Let me go grab my merc back because he's got the infinity. That was actually pretty good without infinity. Yeah, cannot be frozen on the belt would be nice. What's up, Santiago Lopez Rodriguez? Rodriguez! Pew, 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 pew. I freaking love this build though. It's so pretty. You guys don't understand. It is such a pretty build. It's so very pretty. It's so very pretty. I'm trying to think of somewhere difficult. We could go down River of Flame. Let's try River of Flame. Pew, 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 pew. I freaking love it, man. I freaking love this. This is amazingly fun for no reason. It's beautiful too. All the little fire effects, and ice effects, and the hydras and everything all proccing at the same time. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so very pretty. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, so I did have one other idea for the bow. So there was two ideas. Okay, there was originally two ideas, and the first idea was brand. I've actually done this before on one other character. If you guys have not seen it, I have a Theorycraft video up for a Bowenmancer. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm considering the brand bow is because the brand bow has a proc effect on it as well, and it is 100% chance to cast level 18 Bone Spear on striking. Now, the downside to the brand bow is I believe it does not have any attack speed bonus, but it does have Deadly Strike, it does have Prevent Monster Heal, it does have Knockback, it does have ITD. It's got a lot of things going for it, which may make it very nice. So we're going to try this out on our little Procazon. And that's going to stack on top of all our other effects as well. So here we go. We're going to try this on the swap. We're going to have the brand bow on the swap. We're going to have the ice bow on the other, and we'll play around with both of them. So somebody said show gear. So I'm running Delirium. I'm running High Lord's Wrath. I'm running Gore Rider, Myrmidon Greaves, a Wisp Projector. I believe that's Projector, not Protector. Razor Tail. I've got the Carrion Wind. I've got the Hellmouth War Gauntlets, the Dragon Plate, and I'm also running the Hellfire Torch, the Annihilus Charm, as well as a bunch of little fire chammies, lightning chammies, and ice chammies. Nothing too amazing, but pretty nice little chammies there to help me out. And we're going to go back into Chaos. I think that's a good place to test this. Let's go back into Chaos. We've been testing it on multiple different ones, Ryan. So we tested it on players 1, then we tested it on players 8, and then we tested it on players 1 again. So let's do players 1 first, because this is a new bow. I want to see how this bow does in players 1, and then we're going to bump it up to players 8. can't even see the bone spears because of all the fire. You can't even see them all. Okay, she's absolutely demolishing. She's absolutely demolishing in players in players 1. All right, so let's blump this up to players 8. Players 8. Player set to 8. It would be, but I was testing it on my necromancer, and necromancers can't use matriarchal bows. I'm just using it because I have it laying around. It was one of the other things I intended to test, but yes, a matriarchal bow would be better. God, look at all the freaking bone spears just flying everywhere. Just random bone spears all over the place. What's up, EPL? That's correct. The bow was on the necro. You know, she's not having that difficult of a time in Players 8. I'm going to be honest. She really isn't. It's, I think with this bone bow has definitely made a big difference on her damage. I believe the bone spear spam is not only is it doing very good on the AoE, it's also doing very good on the single target. It is hard to tell what's going on. You're absolutely correct. I mean, heck, half the time I'm just holding the shift key and the click button down and I'm just letting it go. Just why not? Let's have all the proc effects at once. What's up in here? Hold on, let me come up in here. There's a lot of people up in here. Look at all these oh god, look at all those hydras over there. Holy hydras. Hail Hydra. God, that's a lot of hydras. Dude, this is impressive. That's just the sheer number of hydras on the screen is impressive. This is so unconventional too. I hope you guys enjoy unconventional builds because that you might as well call me the unconventional ginger because that's pretty much what I've got going on for me right now. Trap and Call 2.0. That's right. Who doesn't like having 8 million Hydra spawn? Come on. Who doesn't like it? All the Hydras. What's up, Pit Lords? The funny thing is she attacks stuff that's off the screen, so like I won't even know that stuff's going on over here. And there'll be like 30 Hydras over here trying to kill something that's fire immune. So there's two things that are going on here. I'm noticing that my proc effects are hitting more often with this bow because this bow has ITD. Because with the other bow, oh no, the other bow has ITD also. So so I don't know what's going on then. Why was I missing so often with the other bow when I was not missing so often with this one? This one does have negative 20% enemy cold resistance, which I'm sure is helping. But this one has the 100% chance to cast Bone Spear. And as you can see by the literal hail of Bone Spears that just came out. Literal hail of Bone Spears. Dude, there's just so much fire. I can't even see the ground half the time. I wonder what this looks like in the old game. Let's see. Oh Lord. when it starts piercing, when my bow starts piercing multiple targets, you can really see like just the massive number of procs all at once. It's kind of nuts. And I don't know about them X's. Those X's have something to do with, I think, the Hydras or the fire or something. I don't know what's going on with the X's, but I think it's something to do with the actual casts, the summons. I think the Hydras are missing sometimes, which I didn't even think was possible. Not enough fire. Scoop some of the lava. I'm gonna make lava, Twin-tailed. I'm gonna make it. Santiago said, is there any way to enhance the magic damage of Hammerden apart from bumping the specific auras? Well, you need to build the synergies, you need to build concentration, and then, of course, plus the skills will help because it will increase the concentration and it will also increase the hammers and themselves, the base, essentially. And if you increase the base, it will work. Is there a build list? You talking about this particular build, Michael? Oh, what's up, Hazard Guy? I hear it's a pretty good game on the consoles. It's just the lobbies need to be worked on. I'm told that they are coming out with some lobbies, so hopefully in the future the consoles will get the nice lobbies so they can leave and join games at will, as opposed to the really stupid leave and join system they decided to add. This particular build, I can just show you the gear real quick if you'd like. I'm running a brand bow. I'm running a delirium. I'm running a High Lord's Wrath, a dragon Archon plate, War Rider Myrmidon Greaves, Wisp Projector Ring, Razor Tail, Carrion Wind, and Hellmouth War Gauntlets with a Hellfire Torch. The charms and stuff that I have on are completely inconsequential. I don't even think they're doing very much. I probably could have put bow skill charms on, and it probably would have done better. There are items that give strafe, yeah. I mean, are you talking about like as a non-Amazon? Because if you're talking about as like a non-Amazon, I don't know about that one. I think what's going on is there might actually be a maximum number of times that a monster can physically be attacked at any given point. And I think what's happening is the Hydras are capping out that maximum number of times. So they're getting hit by like the fire, the hydras, the bone spears, like everything all at once, and I think that they're capping out on the sheer number of times that that you can be hit. I think that's where the X's are coming from. At least that's my guess. Burn, baby, burn. Where's DC's? Oh man, they killed my Merc? I mean, my Valkyrie? Dang. I don't know how you guys managed to do that. And my freaking, my little dude? Killed my dude? Come on, Ilzan. We ain't got time.
I can't carry anymore.
I need them to be closer together. They're spread out too much. Where's Decease? Decease! Oh, there he is. He was immune to fire and cold. Man. God, look at all those beautiful bone spears. Oh god, yeah, Maggot Layer would be an absolute rollop. We're still on Players 8, right? Yeah, we're still on Players 8. Oh god, Lag Spike could possibly have something to do with the fact that there's 30 Hydras up, okay? It could have something to do with that, perhaps. I'm surprised the game hasn't crashed yet, to be honest. I really am. What's up, Complexic? Oh god, it's chunking. It was chunking. The ones that are immune to fire are giving me a little bit of trouble, of course, because they are, in fact, immune to fire. And a lot of my damage is fire. So this guy, Infector of Souls, he's immune to fire, cold. He's also Spectral Hit, which is also tons of extra resistances. You can see he's still dying pretty fast. I mean, even the fact that he's basically immune to 2, maybe even 3 elements, if you really want to say, he's still dying pretty quick. Alright, let's see how this does against Diablo. Diablo. Hold on, let me cure my freeziness. I probably should have done something like Troll Belt. By the way, I never miss a chance to say this. Did you know that thawing potions, stamina potions, and antidote potions stack when you use multiple of them in a row? Did you? I am not sure. I mean, I'm definitely not having any trouble killing him. I'll go to river so we can take a look at the FPS. So in town, doing nothing. 42 FPS. 40 to 42 FPS right now. This is running 4K, by the way. Well, it's going up. Hold on, it's going up to 55 in River of Flame. That's not bad. 55. All right, so let's see what it does when I start shooting some things. Let's. Oh, fanaticism bugs. 30. 34. Let's get right in the middle. 29. 27. Oh, I dropped 27 for a second there. 26, 25. Let's see how low it goes, shall we? How low can we get the FPS in Diablo 2 Resurrected? 24, 22. Oh, we got the 22. Come on, let's really ka-chunk it on. Ka-chunk it. No, keep firing. Well, as low. I've only got a 30 to 22 so far. Let's get right in the middle of a good group. Good Lord. Sometimes it's hard to look at the screen. It's so bright. There's so much fire. Like it is so. Oh, 10 FPS. 10. We made it down to 10. The true FPS killer build. That's what I'm going to name the video. It's just going to say FPS killer build. How to make your friends crash. Oh, the silliness of this build. The absolute silliness. Okay. So, on to the next build. So, before we finish this build and we move on to the next build, let's do final thoughts on this build, shall we? So, final thoughts on the Procazon. Does it work in Players 1? Yes. Absolutely 100% works in Players 1. Without issue, okay? Does it slow my computer down incredibly? Yes, it really, really does slow my computer down incredibly. Is it expensive? Yes. A brand bow is going to cost you a jaw, a low, a mal, and a gull. A dragon armor is going to cost you a sir, a low. The delirium is going to cost you at least an ist. And the rest of the items, honestly, are not too expensive. You can probably get your hands on some Warmouth gauntlets pretty easily. Carrion winds are pretty easy to come by. So are razor tail belts. The gore riders are not too difficult to come by. The two most difficult pieces to come by, probably that are not rune words, are the High Lord's Wrath and the Wisp Projector. Which, you know, theoretically, if you had two Carrion winds, you could do two Carrion winds for double Twister strike on striking. Or if you had two Wisp Protectors, you could do two Wisp Protectors for double lightning. It really depends on what you wanted to do there. You could also theoretically go with an Atma's Scarab for the amulet, so you have amp damage proc, and I don't know. It's a super expensive build, and it's definitely not something that you're going to do unless you're super rich, or you have an offline character that you can cheat stuff in. Well, the Annie is just for +1 skills, and it honestly doesn't even really help out my build all that much. You have like 4 High Lords. Sounds silly, sir. So am I giving this the thumbs up or the thumbs down? I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. If you're rich enough to make this build and you just want to have some fun and you want to like impress your friends or go into a PvP area and just be absolutely silly with just spamming hydras on people and laughing about it and causing people to crash, seems like it's a fun build. Seems like it's definitely an interesting build that you could mess around with.